started, and please stand and we'll say the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First up on our agenda is Mr. Alan Royer. If you want to come up, Alan, and give us your review of the two trees out there.
A couple days ago, I got a call from Cliff, who's the maintenance man here at the courthouse, saying that there's been some concern about the two evergreen trees out here on the northeast corner of the courthouse, and he asked that I come in and look at those. For those who don't know me, I'm Alan Royer. I'm a forester by profession for 50 years. I worked for the state of Indiana for about 44 years. I live out on the Wagner Christmas tree farm where we sell Christmas trees, and I have a private forestry company, so I have about 50 years experience in forestry. I stopped today to look at those two trees, and I asked Cliff what the concern about those were, and I guess the main concern is the overall health of those trees and the safety of those two trees. I spent about 10 minutes out there with Cliff and Andy looking at those trees. In terms of health, they are Norway spruce, which is one of the most healthy of the spruce trees. Norway spruce is a fairly fast-growing tree, so that's why they're so tall. I'm estimating those trees. I don't know, is there any knowledge as to when they were planted? Just guessing, I'm saying they're probably about 40 to 45 years old. Normal health life, those trees could be up to 90 to 100 years old. So they have a lot of time to still grow. They can get pretty big in diameter. In terms of height, I think they probably reached just about their maximum. They're not going to get a whole lot taller. But the overall health of those trees, from my standpoint, is extremely healthy. Normally when you look at spruce trees, they start to have some browning. You might find a few dead branches and it might move up. In terms of the spruce, the ones that we are most concerned with are the blue spruce. They get a virus and they die from going up. But Norway spruce is generally pretty healthy and is resistant to that virus. I think those trees should stay, personally. From a safety standpoint, the only way they're going to fall over would be really high winds or a tornado. And from that standpoint, there shouldn't be anybody out there when they come down in that kind of weather, I would hope. So I'd like to see those stay. There are a few holes in the trunks along the stems of those trees, and those were caused by woodpeckers looking for insects. There weren't very many. A lot of times when I'm out looking at trees like that, you'll see a ring of holes all the way around, and that's caused by the yellow-bellied woodpecker, sapsucker woodpecker, looking for insects. This is just an occasional hole here and there, and the woodpeckers gave up because they couldn't find many bugs. So my advice is to enjoy the beauty of those. I think they'll add a lot of aesthetics to the courthouse, and I'm sure we have a lot of tree huggers in Putnam County that would probably be upset if they came down. So my personal vote is that I'd like to see those stay. I think they add a lot of aesthetics to the courthouse. Any questions on that?
How big is the root system? How big is the root system?
The root system, that's a good question. Normally, when you have problems with trees in an urban area, the roots are covered because of asphalt and concrete. These have a lot of green area where the moisture can get down to the roots. The root systems go out a lot. They go out quite a bit. So that stabilizes the tree. If you have a shallow root system or one that doesn't go out very much, the high winds will knock them over. But generally, Norway spruce will go out laterally in all directions. So I don't see any problem with these trees unless, obviously, if a tornado came, those trees and the buildings would come down too. But other than that, I think they're going to have a long life. They're more likely to die by lightning than they are right now by anything else. So, okay? Thank you very much.
So I guess my opinion is we leave the trees unless the higher up the court wants that one removed. But I think we just leave them right now.
I would agree with you. Yep.
So trees are staying.
Put the tree to rest.
Yep.
Yes, the trees will stay. Thank you, Al. I appreciate it.
Okay, next up on our agenda is the community corrections. Jamie?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here this morning seeking approval for our application for grant funding to the state of Indiana. It's that time of year again and does require commissioner support in a letter of approval, which I've brought with us here this morning. Garrett and I have submitted the application that we plan to upload for the grant process. We gave you a copy of that. In addition, I provide some supplemental information along with our annual reports from 2025. And so you can answer any questions that you have.
You had talked about maybe having to trim some things. Did you trim some things?
We did not trim anything in our application, but what has been trimmed is the amount of funding available for community corrections and community supervision programs across the state of Indiana. I don't know if I can really pinpoint a reason as to why, but what I can tell you was 2 years ago, there was $72 million available in grant funding, and next year there will only be about $52.9 million available. So we're looking at a $20 million deficit or reduction in funding that we're all competing for.
You're going to submit as is and hope for the best?
Well, you know, it's important when you're submitting for grant funding that you show a need, demonstrate a need, and that need definitely exists. So while the applications that we are submitting are more than what we're receiving this year, you know, we do expect to receive a notice that's going to be less, and maybe even less than what we're receiving this year.
That was a lot of reading. It took a lot of time to prepare.
When do you think you'll know?
The applications will be presented to the state JRAC, or Justice Reinvestment Council, the end of June, I think on the 26th. So we're expected to know the end of that week. I would say 28th, maybe July 1st at the very latest, which is going to be good timing since that'll put us before the budget hearings begin here in Putnam County in August. This is unprecedented. I mean, in the 25 years that I've been here, we've never had a reduction in grant funding from the state. It's either been held and frozen from previous budgets, or there's been increases. Like I said, we've worked our way up to $72 million that was available in 2025, and here we are now looking at 2027 with almost a $20 million reduction. We have engaged a lobbyist, our Community Corrections Association, to bring awareness to this situation, and they are working feverishly to bring that awareness to state legislatures, so that when the budget, or when the next legislative session starts and they start looking at a budget year, that maybe this can be addressed and we can get some legislation introduced that possibly get some of that funding back and made available to the agencies that it's affecting.
I can never remember your year. Does this take us, we just give you our blessing, or is it a vote that we just?
I have a letter prepared that needs to be included with the grant application that shows your support for the community supervision programs through the probation department and community corrections for you to sign, if that's the case.
So we need a vote, or?
Yes, and if he can approve the letter that he's going to send, that'll probably be.
Unanimous. I wish we didn't need you guys, but I know we just, not the bad way, you know what I mean? Then we wouldn't need our sheriff, so we could save all kinds of money.
Wow, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, we appreciate it.
All right, and then I have one other agenda item.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. We've had a couple of vacancies on our advisory board, and the executive committee met a few weeks back and put forth a couple of nominations to fill those vacancies. One was Brian Hopkins, who is working in Veterans Affairs, and the other Jared Hornaday, as a former consumer on the board. They were the ones that made these recommendations, met with these individuals who are willing to serve on the board, but it requires commissioner approval or appointment to fill those, excuse me, fill those spots.
What's their term on those?
Sorry?
What's the term on that?
4 years. 4 years.
What was the name of the gentleman, the second gentleman?
Jared Hornaday.
Jared.
Brian would be serving in the position of a lay person, and then Jared as a former consumer.
I make a motion. Jared Harden and Brett Hopkins. Second.
All right, unanimous.
Fantastic, thank you. We'll add those to the roster.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jamie. Miss Kelly, you're up next.
Good morning. It is time to buy a new ambulance. I know it seems like we've had a lot of fleet issues going on, and we have. But with the current turnaround times and our 10-year replacement plan, it is time to buy. We're doing it a little bit differently this year, as you guys know. I've invited all the salespeople here. Stand up if you're here to sell an ambulance, I guess. Hey, gentlemen. So their bid packets either should be in front of you or they still have them. Anybody? Yep. Okay, so we will start from the top, I guess.
How many different
and-
bids can we get?
4? Yep. So I guess we'll,
I turned a box in at the auditor's office. I don't see it.
Rot-row.
big box.
The big box? Let's see.
We will find out.
I can
Yes,
run
We'll
sir.
get it down here.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys can sit down. I guess as the commissioners go through each packet, and I'll give Christina my packet because I think I told each salesperson to give me 4. I can look at Christina's and then I'll just give it to you for your records afterwards.
I'll get one, Kristen.
You want me to just put yours here, or do you want them now? Okay.
Well, this first one here is Fire Services Incorporated, and their bid price is $306,822 if I'm reading that correctly.
Jim,
Yes.
can we ask a couple questions on each one?
I would prefer that everybody does, actually. No, I was gonna give like
I know we take these
5-ish.
under advisement, but if they're all here, there's a couple questions. Are you okay with that?
I mean, I don't have, you probably should look through and make sure they're all they're all the same. I mean, the same product, I guess.
I told each bid that we needed apples to apples. Per Commissioner Beck's request, we did get a couple of Type 1 4x4 just to compare. Like I said in my email, my personal preference is Type 3 for maintenance and fleet reasons. Type 1s are really hard to get serviced in this county. Fire Service is our current provider of all 3 of our brand new Fords.
So this one is identical to what we currently have,
Yep. I mean, minus a newer
And-
chassis.
and we're
obviously.
gonna trade in an ambulance?
We're gonna
Or
get-
a re-
We're gonna get rid of one of the Dodges, yes.
So is the box, has it been remounted where the lifespan of it's used?
The Dodge?
Yeah.
Yes. Those boxes are from 2009, from
Okay.
Operation Life.
All right. So they cannot be remounted anymore?
Nope.
And what was the lead time on this one?
That's an interesting piece of that right now. So fire service is who we are currently waiting for one of our brand new trucks with. As you guys know, we went through an issue where we weren't getting it on time, and we ended up taking an orphan truck from an Illinois EMS. That's the one that we're going to pick up in at least a week and a half-ish, maybe 2 weeks. Oh, no, our remounts, the 2-week one. Okay. Yeah. But technically, we still have a truck on their production line until we say we're not going to go with them, or we get rid of that one on the production line.
Okay.
So the lead time on that one, Jack, would be August,
August of this year?
because it's already on the line.
That's this truck or the other one?
That's this one.
These are different, right?
You need that.
So all identical chassis, where the differences are going to be the box. So the fire service truck would be a wheeled coach, which is what we currently have. The second one from Todd and Stutz is with Hoosier Fire Equipment Inc., and this would be a Lifeline box. And those are, the Lifeline boxes are what's currently on the Dodges that we have. But again, this is a Type 3. And Todd, you gave a Type 1. Hi, Todd. You gave a Type 1 quote as well.
A little bit about it.
Go ahead.
There's basically two different ambulances. One is our Victory Liner, and the other one is our Super Liner. How I would compare them is, if you go to buy a Ford truck, the Victory Liner is going to be your XL model, and your Super Liner is going to be your XL2 model. And your XL2 model is complete. So we designed that truck. You'll see two different prices in there. One is what we would basically throw in it, because that's your XL model. Of course, doesn't have all your bells and whistles. The Super Liner has all your bells and whistles, which is comparable to what we have.
We don't have many bells and whistles, so what bells and whistles are you talking about?
Basically, it's a genuine and just look at these back, try to make it as you have. You'll see what you The other thing about that kind of makes it unique is they're 100% Canadian. So they're 100% United States made.
So for the two Type 3s, I see you said the one that is most comparable to our current truck that we have right now. Is that the one for $319,170? Okay. So the one that's $270, $234, what is that without and compared to our current ambulance?
It's going to be comparable. It just doesn't have the options to choose some doors around for you guys. You've got some models. The refrigerator in there. That is.
So the the $319,170 has the refrigerator in it? Okay, we have to have that due to refrigerated medications, just so, for the record.
You have the dollar amounts, Christine? Okay. For both of these?
the Cadillac's 319, 170, and the basic one is 270, 234.
That's a good way to
Todd, where's your guys' maintenance shop? That's right. And because I forgot to ask Jack whenever we got to fire services maintenance shop is in Beech Grove. Yep.
The next one up is McQueen. So Justin here.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell us about yours?
For the type 3 and a type 1, both trucks include striker equipment, so power load, power cot, an Eagle refrigerator, and also graphics, graphics package included in that. Both trucks are 170-inch boxes. Type 3 is obviously E450. Type 1, F550, 4x4 gas. Percolator plus, yeah. So, lead times on the Type 1, we're looking at approximately 12 to 13 months. Those are some stock trucks that we have in the system. The Type 3, we're looking at 10 to 11 months. Give or take 10, 15 days for graphics application, strike, install. And I do apologize, I wasn't aware if there was 54 copies, so I'm...
My apologies, Justin.
We'll stay there. Well, okay, so type 1 ambulance, Christina, 356952. And Ford F5, oh, that's a Ford F550, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Right. So moving on down.
Now this one here is the Type 3.
Yes, sir. Type 3 is in separate.
Oh, okay.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
I didn't know which one you were looking
No, I
at.
was
there,
waiting.
so.
Hey, I'm not gonna look through this.
The Type 3 is 329,998. So what was the difference between the 1 and the 3?
I'm sorry.
The difference,
No, I mean not the price. Well, that one was higher than this one, so.
Type 1s will always be more
How much is that?
expensive.
356, but that's an F550.
Yeah. And what's,
Is that four-wheel drive?
Yes, sir.
This one's a four-wheel drive,
The Type 1 is
the F550.
Yes.
and then this one here, the Type 3, it's the same ambulance except it's not four-wheel drive or?
It is not, no, sir, E-Series are not four-wheel drives.
Right.
Type
I mean,
3s cannot be four-wheel drive.
Okay, I just,
Yeah.
okay.
And all, gentlemen, all Type 1s require liquid spring systems, correct? Okay. Those are the bane of my existence, for the record. Say, and that last bid packet should be from PennCare. They were a late contender as of last week. He turned that around pretty quickly.
So basically, we open these up, we'll get together and compare all the apples to apples and figure out what we need to do.
I got 2 of them.
Sound kosher?
PennCare provides medics boxes. They are pretty much what Indianapolis EMS uses.
So when we're talking boxes, is it like one's a Ford, one's a Chevy, one's a Dodge, or how does
No,
this?
so chassis
It's
is,
completely different.
I had him quote all Ford chassis, so everything's a Ford chassis. The boxes are what's different manufacturers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's exactly the simple analogy I need to do. Yes, no, I get it. Trying to understand.
So Justin, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 Type 3s on this, correct? Or-
The first bid is exactly what you guys wanted, the E450.
Okay.
Option 2 and 3 are changing the chassis to a Type 1. First bid is a gas, the second bid is a diesel. Option 4 is a demo that we have in production, or in production schedule. Demo 5 is a truck that's available today. That is a Type 1 demo that's available.
Proposal number 2 is a Type 1?
Yes.
So proposal 5 is an F-550 four-wheel drive.
Yes. And these trucks are built in Elkhart. We're the only Indiana manufacturer still producing these.
And proposal 1 is,
Proposal 1 is $306,015.
Very front.
Yeah. See where it says price on the,
Where's the, I'm at the proposals. Just give me an hour, I'll catch up with you.
and
Keep
then
going.
the second one is the F-450 4x4 gas. It's $350,795. The third proposal is the F-450 diesel four-wheel drive. It's $360,265. Then proposal 4 is the Ford E-450 gas, and it's $297,050. And then the fifth proposal is their one that they got on the lot that's F-550 four-wheel drive, and it is a diesel for $352,050.
proposal number 4 is a Type 1, Justin? Is that correct?
It says type 2, doesn't it? Or no?
It's an E450, so it got 40, yeah.
So, but it's a Type 1?
1 and 4 are Type 3s.
1 and 4 are Type
2 and
3s,
4
okay.
are Type 2, 3, and 5 are Type 1s.
And gentlemen, do all of these include warranties?
10-year?
Our warranties are all the lifetime on the box for us.
7-year powertrain, I assume?
You're talking the extended Ford powertrain?
Yeah.
Is that trans-
Yeah.
Yes, mine doesn't.
Okay. Everybody else has included the extended powertrain? Okay. Yep.
The McQueen, would it be possible to email us?
Yes, sir. I was planning.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You get our email addresses?
Absolutely.
That'd be great. Just so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Get those things.
I could also,
Or you can.
I can go back.
Get you forward.
I can scan all of it.
Whatever works. Yep, whatever works best. I'll make a motion, we take all of these bids under advisement, figure out what we need to do. Do you want one of us?
Yeah, you.
Me? Well, no, I was headed toward you.
I'll do it. I got 3 times easier.
Man, you really turned that one around on me real quick. Shoot. It's up, I don't,
I don't care either. You can pick whoever you want, Kelly. You got all of our numbers.
what's your thoughts?
Don't I need 2 out of 3 votes?
You need 2 or 3 votes, yes. you do.
So I should probably meet with at least 2 of you? Yeah?
We
Okay.
can't meet with both of us. We have to have an executive session.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do that, we'll just meet with all 3 of us, or Tom, whoever, I don't care.
We'll figure it out. How's that?
That's fine.
Anyway, to your motion, I'll second that, or it's all the same. There you go.
Take them under advisement, get it
So,
figured out.
have we gotten any of our ambulances back yet?
No. Jack has advised me, the remount is probably this week. We're waiting on her, so. And then, I think the new is heading for, I know she got at least one of her vinyls, the most important one, the tail light.
Oh, sorry, I got my trucks mixed up there.
You're okay.
Sorry. The truck that's the remount from the wreck, that one, I will know this afternoon exactly what's going to be done. With any luck, it will be tomorrow. Saturday. So,
We were planning to head up there Wednesday, but they had to order something, so we were just waiting to hear about that. Yeah.
It's on that they were waiting on. It was supposed to be on Friday. So, I will have to answer that today. I'll follow up with Kevin later on. And then the stock unit that was purchased, that truck, we're waiting on one piece that you ordered from Stryker that's on back order, battery or something. You got battery, right?
For the power load, power guard? Yeah.
Okay, that's the one thing that they showed them, so.
And Stryker got cyber attacked last week, so that's no fault of their own.
But the other truck, I think it's going to graphics this week.
Okay.
So I'm 90% sure.
Cool.
So, but we're waiting on the one truck we're waiting on the others. That's
Cool.
So and battery.
Anything else?
No? Not this moment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll get her figured out.
Okay.
Next up on our agenda is Mr. Mark Whip with the Magistrate Office.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Council members, ladies and gentlemen. I am here today to request funding for a security entranceway in the magistrate court office. I've already sent out several articles to the commissioners electronically, some news quotes, some informational, a couple of labor quotes, and estimates for the cost of the security entranceway. Sorry, I'm not good at standing in front of, talking in front of people. Usually I'm a one-on-one
You're
usual kind of
good.
person.
It's all good.
So the news articles I sent you is just one of the 3, specifically 3. One is due to recently showing the violence against judges and the corporate staff that usually accompany that. As you can see, one article entails one that recently a judge shot at home. We don't know who the person is yet or circumstances surrounding it, but it does show the violence that a lot of these judges have to deal with. As it stands right now, we have one person in the Putnam County Jail that is in jail specifically for threatening Judge Jackman here in Putnam County. Now, I'd like to say I'm a pretty beefy guy, and I like to think I'm a good enough deterrent to stop anybody going after our judges. But I also know that I'm not there all the time. Sometimes I'll have to be off or whatnot. And there just needs to be a little bit more added into it. The quote that I sent from Iron Cross Construction, I also have a breakdown of the costs and estimates up there. I did reach out to several other individuals about constructing this wall, but the farther out it goes, the exponentially the price increases. The original person that did the security walls in both the Superior and Circuit Court offices, unfortunately, he had a death in the family, and for the foreseeable future is not able to build anymore. And he recommended this gentleman to me. So as of right now, that's the only quote and estimate I'll have to get.
So what exactly would this be doing?
So on the
Where
entrance,
that is,
so if you go into Superior and Circuit Court offices, obviously you go through the very front door. And as soon as you get in, you see there's an enclosure with a door onto it, connecting the staff to like just a breezeway that the public can go into and talk to the staff. And that's what I would like to get installed in the magistrate court office. It is literally a 7 by 4 foot wall with bullet resistant glass and bulletproof paneling inside the wooden structure. I will note that both Superior and Circuit both had wooden like dash and entry right there at the entranceway, which did reduce the cost of the security wall being put in. They just built upon what was already there. Magistrate court was converted from a storage room from 2 storage rooms actually, from juvenile probation. And as such, there's no wooden desk there to build off of, so it has to be built from scratch. Any other questions? I'd be more happy to answer anything.
I was up with the other Friday when I got up there.
Yes, sir.
And then I've been in the other 2, so. I mean, my feeling on it is I think they probably need something, so. By the price quotes, you might as well, I mean, by this price, $23,400, that's everything in the walls, right?
Yes, sir. That is total installation.
Right. Then the other one's just a bulletproof glass with the thing built up to set it, right?
Well, the glass is just bullet resistant, which means given the caliber, it's going to go through it anyway, but it will slow down or deflect or change the trajectory of any incoming.
What's the time limit
Well, I got with Kenny Wells, and he told me if you get funding, we can hammer out a time then. But this kind of work that he does is kind of specialized, so he actually does have several other jobs that he does because there's not a lot of people that just build security walls. But as soon as I hear yay, then or nay, I could get with Mr. Wells, and I could definitely get you a hard time.
so $23,400, does the magistrate, do you have any funding available for any of that, or is this
I have no budget.
you have no budget for any, all right?
No, I don't, all my budgeting comes from the circuit court, superior court.
Okay.
I do get a Title 4E reimbursement. It's something that I turn in because of the Department of Services cases, and there's money that comes back from the federal government, but I get not enough to be able to cover that. And that's honestly how I kind of support my office. If we needed new desks or we needed new computers, I use that money that I needed as a reimbursement to pay for those things. If we need certain type of office supplies, I did that. I bought the camera system that I have to use for remote hearings, all of that money. So I do get that reimbursement money that comes back in, but it's not going to be fair enough to pay for this.
I can tell you right now, a lot of that stuff, she tries other ways than going through the county to get it done. And I could also throw a little out there, she actually pays for some of her own stuff out of her own pockets to make sure that this stuff is updated and the court office has what it needs.
So that 9,000, whatever it was, Christine, was it 9,500 or something you said it was?
You're talking about the Title 4E money? That's what she's talking about.
Right, that's what I was making
That's the
sure.
money that I get. I have to turn in all the public defender appointments for all the cases, not just the chance cases, but the criminal cases. And then based off of that, the money's good paid. There's some type of formula they use, and I get some money back from the federal government as a reimbursement for the cost of those public defenders while we spend out. So that's the money that I use to do that. Try to not take things from the other courts.
I will have to say that out of the 3 courts that are here in Putnam County, the magistrate, I think, has to deal with the most emotionally chaotic cases that come in through here. DCS, evictions. Most of the cases that high emotional states are included in, usually done through her court. So on a regular, there is a lot more than just what I submitted. I'm just going to be real. On an example, last week there was a call came in, talking to one of the court staff, no idea what their complaint is, just screaming and yelling and telling her she better hope she believes in God. These are threats that come in on a near daily basis.
Now, I got another question for you, Christine and Jim. Since this is a safety issue, can we use the hazardous waste money for this, or do we got, how much are we gonna have left after we buy our building?
You're gonna have a little over $1 million still left. It's a matter of if it's within this statute.
That's what I mean, I just seen if it's, since it's based on safety.
I'm looking it up right now.
And if we didn't take it out of there, where we take it from the war chest or the rainy day fund or what?
Cube cap is the fund that we,
Cube cap, okay.
you know, for maintenance or different.
How much is left in that now? Not a whole lot.
We did not budget that. That's done on an additional basis, so we'd have to do an additional next month, but there would be money for this out of that if the council approves it.
Well, I will make the motion to approve this at $23,400. And if we can find the money, pending the council approval.
I'll second that.
I'll make that unanimous. Can we tentatively put Cume Cap development for the fund and then have Jim check the hazardous waste if that can be used?
We can use the Cume cap as a backup.
As a backup, if that can be. That sound all right?
That's fine with me, yeah.
We can figure that out before it goes next month to the council.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, John, thank you for
Appreciate it.
dealing with my rough public speaking. I appreciate it.
Next up is Mr. Ball with the security and vehicle purchase for the courthouse.
Thank you.
I'd like to introduce to you Jessica Foreman, our new crisis intervention specialist.
Hi, how are you?
You guys have been with us for the long track to get to here, and she's here and getting training, and one of the other things that she needs is a vehicle, which you have in front of you, is a slightly used 3,000-mile 2025 Chevy Traverse from North Pontiac. We'll be paying for it out of the commissary fund and looking for permission to plate and title that to the county.
I don't have no questions for you about that.
What you're going to see in the very back is what they say it's valued at in the package. In the very front is the invoice that I'm probably going to go write a check for today.
So it's valued at $44,540, and you can purchase it for $37,768.55.
Our theory is that with this crisis intervention specialist, one of the things we've worked very hard at doing, which is what other communities have done, is so they don't roll up in a Tahoe with a spotlight on it and just an old used cop car. This is a civilian vehicle that can still be used for transports, for emergency detention orders if need be, but at most of the time it'll be used just for responding to the scene. She's going to be on call 24 hours, 7 days a week on his PTO days and out of town for something important, but it's a neat opportunity for us to provide dependable transportation. And like I said, I've got the funds and approved purchase of vehicles through the commissary fund.
I make the motion to approve.
Do you want to do courthouse security now or in old business?
What's on the agenda for now?
Tom, you want to do front and center for me?
Yeah, Tom.
As we left it last time, I was not prepared to discuss the scheduling. Chief Sutherland here has been going over that in due time and in proper order. And I think you'll find some information there about shift coverage to follow up on our previous discussion that we talked about for courthouse security and what our recommendations are. I'm going to let you take the vote since it's scheduled. And he's going to explain to you what you're looking at, and then we can move forward.
So I provided the commissioners a copy of a calendar for the remaining of the year, starting April the 1st. I know we're in the middle of March, and due to, if this is approved, I don't anticipate this person starting until at least April, maybe even to May, depending on how long it takes us to get people hired if this is approved. So what you have in front of you is a calendar. At the very top, it lists the extra hour meetings that I have received from both the auditor and the other entities that use the courthouse after hours. So the commissioners meet once a month and these are estimated times on completion, but I put in from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Putnam County Council meets on the third Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Both probation, adult and juvenile, and the community corrections uses the courthouse every Tuesday evening from 4 p.m. to roughly 7 p.m. And then I've also learned that the Plan Commission and BZA meet the second Thursday of each month, roughly from 5:30 to 8:30. So all those times are factored in this calendar if you look at the dates. So for instance, so going with the employees, so F equals one full-time employee that will work 40 hours a week, 8 to 4. And then we have 3 part-time employees, B, A, B, and C. They will each work 24 hours a week. And as you can see, A and B, if you look through the calendar, will split, opening up the courthouse every morning at 7:30 a.m. And then our part-time person C will be the one that will be staying 30 minutes after the courthouse closes and closes the courthouse at 4:30.
While you're noodling on that, there is a update on some other information, which is one of our sister county to the north mirrors Putnam County in that it's got one interstate, a university, about the same population in Monroe City. They have 5 full-time court deputies, courthouse deputies. They have 5 full-time and 1 full-time at the annex is one of those 5. So just to give you an idea, when we were, that was a follow-up from the first sheet. I believe 1 full-time here with 3 part-times is a very veneer, that was for you, thin ability to cover proper security in the courthouse. I think you're looking at a minimum.
And we only scheduled 2 on Fridays because my understanding is that the judges, magistrate left, but my understanding is the judges leave at noon on Friday. Is that correct?
Jim?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think it kind of depends on
Okay.
Workload.
But we also found out, speaking with our jail commander, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and other folks in the courthouse are the busiest days with court coming in and everything. So that's why we've definitely got 3 scheduled on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we even got 3 scheduled on Thursdays.
That's accurate. There's not as, I wouldn't say the judges, I mean, there's just not this much
Right.
court on
Yeah.
Friday generally unless it's a special circumstance. So,
Okay.
what's that?
Depositions this Fridays.
And I know like one of the judges was in, they do special, when there's conflicts with other counties, they have to take cases. So I know like one of the judges was in Vigo County all day Friday, you know.
Okay. Maybe I apologize, maybe I was misinformed on Fridays. We went ahead and scheduled 3 Monday through Thursday because if we have one that calls in, we still have 2. Instead of scrambling to get one of the other part-time people to come in to make sure we have 2 every day. Plus 2, if they take time off, we've got to schedule days off. Full-time person takes a week's vacation, we've got to be able to cover that.
Then, I know you guys have been thinking, good thought on this. What about the employees in the courthouse? Will they go through the metal detector? That's what I call it anyway.
So the discussion on that is from that original letter that I put out to you, it's a short white paper, but talking with the other courthouses, a lot of them do not. One of the things that I recommended in there was identification. I know around here we get used to, I know you and you know me, but if we're going to take this seriously, one of the things that, theories that I have, and I don't know, am I loud enough on the microphone? Thank you very much. One of the things that in the self-defense world that I operate in with instructions is a common phrase that I use, and a false sense of ability is worse than no ability at all. That's why I don't get in fist fights. I'm not very good at it, so I just choose to talk my way out of most of them. But courthouse security is something that's very important, and I don't want there to be a false sense of ability here. One of the things that if you have access to the building other than when we have a armed response here, then you could easily bring in a firearm on Sunday at 9 a.m., put 3 Glock pistols in a desk drawer, not to give anybody an idea. And so my point to that is why waste the time with our employees checking someone that has the ability to bring a firearm in here on off hours. So if the commissioners choose to have, and the elected officials, their employees to have access to the building when we don't have security here, I don't want a false sense of ability. So my point to that is they would not be going through security unless we had something that, and this happens when we provide security at the schools and at the hospital. Something gets communicated or something happens, or working with these bailiffs, we've got great bailiffs in this county, and they say, hey, we've been told this guy's going to bring a gun, whatever, and we go into a different type of a phase where now we're on lockdown, if you will. We'll come up with some plan like that, at which time we would do that. But for normal, if you're here working and you go over to the restaurant for lunch and come back, there's no reason to go through security. If you could have came in, and because our goal would be, our ability that I would provide is that nobody from the outside is carrying a firearm or something to hurt people in here. That's the ability that we would have. So that's a long answer, Commissioner, but I believe it deserves that, because that's why I say no.
So on the same note then, if you guys are granted this, would they be using the north door, or will everybody come through the east door no matter what?
I haven't noodled on it that much, but it would be my recommendation, because off the cuff here, attention factor. In other words, I would rather them come through the east door, and here's why. That way we're making eye contact with them. They're getting used to carrying their lanyard like my teacher wife has for 30 years, You just get used to it and they come through. And I'll tell you the other thing is, if they're not opening doors, then you have a less likely somebody walking up behind them just looking like they're important and talking their way in through the door from them. This is, again, long answer. I apologize, the coffee's kicking in on a Monday. But I would say the east by all means, so that they get used to coming through there, and we don't have that attention drawn away from what is important, which is the east door. Because they might be turning around going, why is people going in and out that door? I'd make them come through the east door. That would be my recommendation.
What's your guys' thoughts?
Well, we can have an executive meeting on this, because dealing with security, and probably sit down with some other people, and then from that meeting probably have a protocol. I mean, sheriff's already started pretty much an ongoing document that would then.
And the new state law from our legislators is, we don't have to share that with anybody, and rightfully so. Correct, Counselor? Yeah, that's a cool thing.
There would be,
We shouldn't talk too much in here about
that's
it.
what I'm trying to get at.
I know you were, I was picking it up.
I've been waiting 4 years for this day. So, I make the motion, we proceed. My only question I have for you two is, there's $70,000 for a new vehicle. What's the purpose of that?
I think there are several things. One is, one of the first things that we do as law enforcement is officer presence. And if that marked car is sitting outside this vehicle, outside this courthouse, that is a +1, right? Like putting up your glass and things up in the magistrate, everything is a benefit or a +1 or a multiplier. Having that out there is one. That's the smallest aspect. You say, well, you can get one that's broke down and leave it sit. I disagree, and here's why. If we have emergency transport, we know that ambulances are tough to come by in emergency type situations. If somebody gets hurt here and has a traumatic injury, we'll do our trauma care, but one of the first things that we teach in trauma care is to move that individual, right? Once we sustain the life as best that we can, is to move that person. So that's two things. You're going to want the police officer car to be there. You're going to need it there for transportation in an emergency. If there's a crash out here and we need red and blue lights setting out by it and somebody worked the accident in one of the spots or anything that's around the courthouse that we, I believe, still own or whatever, you're going to need it for that. Training. This is a full-time police officer. This is not a part-time anything. This is it's going to be a supervisor, and I think supervisors need vehicles. I think police officers need vehicles, and that full-time position is a full-time police officer. And whether they use it to go back and forth to training, to keep up on their mandates, things like that, we're going to need a vehicle. We're short on vehicles now, as everybody is in Operation Life with maintenance and everything. We are going to need the courthouse deputy, the full-time deputy, that's also a supervisor, to have transportation, and I think that those other things are just extra, part of it.
Another thing too, if the judge orders somebody to be arrested.
They do. They'll transport.
We have to have a transport vehicle. Right now, we have no transport vehicle.
One of the main responsibilities for that full-time deputy will be transport of prisoners back to the jail, so we'll need it for that too. And I can't go to York and get one with 3,000 miles on it, unfortunately. For what we're wanting in the service packages to do it, we need to buy a real police car.
Okay. I'll make the motion, we proceed.
Unanimous.
$288,218.88. Move it on to the council for approval. Let them figure out the dollars. Good luck. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep, no worries. Appreciate the opportunity.
Mr. Clint, you are up.
All right.
Got a few different things today. I'll start out with storm damage over the weekend. We did have some crews out. There's a lot of stuff down. We, as well as the local fire departments, took care of a lot of that. Still addressing some of it yet today. I do have the snow, salt and sand trucks out today. There was no need for the plows with the snow, but I had to put plows on for the trees. So that way we can do double duty on that today. 148, Bridge 148, we converted it back to a culvert. That work, the road is open, but we still have a little bit of work to do to complete that project. Bridge 152 on Backbone Road is finally underway. There's stuff going on, a slow pace, but a pace nonetheless. Yeah. So that's finally starting to move along. The next bridge we're going to take out and convert to a culvert to take off the inventory is 78 on Shortcut Road. I talked with Cash Concrete about using flowable fill on that project to eliminate some of the settling we get with stone backfill. So that's next on our agenda. The tractor auction, the tractors did sell. Ended up with about $5,000 more than what we would have gotten on trade-in. So we got, for the two tractors, we got a total of $35,400. I thought, considering what we were selling at, not too bad a price. The broom that you all approved the last meeting will be delivered the 26th of this month. I do have tractor and grinder information. I'll hand off there. I do have bridge quotes. I have a lot of those today, so I have some information for you to look over in regards to that. You'll see each bridge number on the far left column. And as you go down the way, the stuff that we've done in-house or are currently doing in-house and the cost involved with that. The next one is got quotes from Column Excavating from Park County for concrete work on new bridges on 92, 95, 211, and 154. And also got quotes for the same type of work from Jammer in the next column. Civilcon quoted 95 for a box culvert, as did E3 Bridge in conjunction with Jammer Excavating for box culvert on 95 also. I do have the bid packets here from Jammer, Column, and E&H on everything that is involved with the bridge work.
So on Bridge 95,
Yes,
so the 297,500 that's under Civilcon and 225 under E3 Bridge,
yep.
are those just the cost? That's just the cost of material?
Actually,
Because we have question marks.
On Silvercon, the reason I had question marks is because I asked them to quote it, including permits, box culvert, stone, and the full scope of construction, without any of the county's assistance. But their quote came in with us clearing the site, us removing the existing structures, us hauling the rock, us providing all the riprap. So that's going to be an added cost if we put our people and our rock on it, where the one with Jammer and E3 Bridge is the total cost.
that's tear out of the existing structure or replacement in an open road with hands off to the highway department. So basically, complete job.
We gotta open these before we do that.
Those are all on.
Those are all,
These are done.
yeah, those are all what you're looking at.
So 225,000 is E3 Bridge. That's a box culvert and that's installed.
Yes.
225 is installed.
There's a, yeah, E3 bridge is right back here.
So a box culvert is going to be cheaper than putting a E&H grate bridge,
Yes.
correct? On that application.
And that'll be a similar product of what was in on the cement plant road. Is that correct, Sam?
I'll make the motion to go with E3 Bridge and Jammer to do the construction and in-bridge replacement on bridge number 95.
And that's gonna work, and is that what's currently in there? Is it box culvert?
No, it's currently a small bridge. It's just barely a bridge.
Yeah.
They've done a hydraulic study on it, and
Okay.
it was determined that this box culvert will work.
Is this the one at Clinton Falls or?
No, this is the one just northwest of town there, 250
Okay.
west.
Yep.
Before you get to 250 north.
Good.
No, I'd like to talk about that Clinton Falls one at some point, maybe not in this meeting, but.
Right.
Because one of the people, the companies that looked at it,
Yep.
talked about actually moving that bridge because of the 90 degree of the water
Right.
hitting it and everything, so.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, I knew you was aware of it,
Yep.
but maybe we should look at it a little more, just to make sure we make the correct decision.
My opinion is, put a new bridge in, leave the road alone. That way you're not incurring the extra cost it would take to move everything.
Understood.
And just armor the bank that the water has continued to hit.
Can you armor a bank with water? I mean, water is such a destructive item,
Class 1 riprap is a wonderful thing.
so.
Yeah.
The issue with bringing that bridge further down is that whole creek is just S-curve all over.
Understood,
I'm not
right.
sure you're going to get a big advantage by moving it down.
And I'm not saying that's a great thing to
But
do, I'm
if
just,
you do move it down, it's quite a bit lower elevation than where it's at now. That's the highest elevation you've got right now. So if you move it, you're looking at a whole lot.
no, I understood, right, I get it. I'm just,
That's just a bad.
what's the correct application? It's just where
I'm kind of looking at it's been that way for 100 years, and it'll probably be, another 100 years, and none of us will worry about it. I think if we armor the bank to where it'll stay, I don't. That's my opinion.
Okay. No, I'm good, I'm just.
Yeah.
You got me lost now. Did we approve 95? Okay.
Yes, we did. Yes, I'm sorry, Andy. Yeah, we did. My bad. Sometime we're gonna have to put our plan together for the council. So, to present to them for the remaining money that we need for bridges, so.
So we got to decide on 154, right?
Yes.
And a couple others too.
Right. I just going down the list here.
Yep.
We got on 95.
But where are we at currently on the money that we have? That has, I guess I'm.
Are we good on all the money for all these projects? That's what he's getting at.
Well, it depends on the council approving some extra, right?
Right, tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
154 is on hold currently because we were doing the design bid package until, because they had suggested a 3-span concrete culvert bridge, and then you guys, or Andy asked to look into the graded bridges instead. So they are on hold on doing any more work, right-of-way work or anything until but their estimated construction cost for the concrete is $850,000. And you can look at the other two, and we're looking at about half the cost.
Now, how much have we already paid on this design work? I know they still got to get the permits and stuff for that.
Probably about 40,000.
So far, 40,000.
I did have Brian and Mike put that plan on hold till we, no more work until we can make a decision which way we're gonna go, because they want to keep paying for stuff if we weren't gonna use it.
Your guys' thoughts on it?
That's another one of those that we hire a company to tell us what would be the best option. And now we're looking at going with a different option. So why didn't that company tell us that was the best option? That's the 3 questions.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of options that'll work in that location. I
I
mean,
get the price difference, don't get me wrong.
right.
I get it, but
Just bear in mind that just this past year, we put in a great floor bridge just a few miles from this one on a road that's got probably 5 times the traffic. I don't see why we couldn't do the same on 154 with the amount of traffic on that road. You know, I think I hate to spend, you know, he'd spend close to $1 million on a bridge that doesn't carry a lot of traffic.
understood. Just asking both sides of the fence questions.
Right, yeah, I get it, yeah.
Because we have problems with the water going through there though, they're gonna redirect.
On 154. It's a pretty straight shot through there. The creek's pretty wide. It does get up, but it has never breached the road.
I think a couple of things on that was, that's one that's got that steep slope on it. And so if you go in with the truss bridge, you're gonna get deflections just upstream and downstream. That's on that down slope, so you're also gonna have cars that are coming down onto the middle grade, where that's coming up to an intersection to stop. So could you slow down? It doesn't have much turn there, but could you slow down? So you have these deflections upstream and downstream. And the other thing we're trying to figure out, figuring it out is what they're going to do with the abutments, because the bridge with the abutments were probably cheap. And I think on about that is to make sure it's the other thing is depending on the bridge that goes back in, it's a truss, fracture could go again, so that it requires more inspection. But I, generally right, cost.
But the abutments are good as of right now?
No, we will have to replace them.
They're all gonna have,
Yeah.
and so you're telling, with the Great Bridge, this is including new abutments?
Yes.
Yep.
That's the cost of the bridge, actually turnkey. I mean, it'll be ready to drive over. That's the approaches, the abutments, price of the bridge, everything included.
And then we gotta add the 40,000 to it. They still have more work. That's what I'm getting at. Or they still gonna have more work before that.
I'll have to double check with Brian, and I'm not sure.
No matter what we do, I mean, like, yeah, the total design cost is in the complete that bridge. But over here,
Right.
whatever.
We're gonna have to
Right now,
do some of it.
Right now, you still gotta add 40,000 to the
Right.
prices.
Correct.
Yep.
So you're wanting us to vote on this today?
We can have.
Or what do you
We can have
after?
administrative meeting, discuss them, take them under advisement today.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
I mean, we still have to go to council to see about that money. Tomorrow, getting approved, so.
My feeling is on it, I think we could, I mean, this is just me. This bridge is in your area, I think.
Yes, it is.
My feeling is, I think we go with the greatest bridge in Chamber do construction, $461,658 plus 40,000 plus there still might be more cost because still got to finish getting the permitting and stuff like that.
I'm saying that just because it's in County Home Bridge, I think it's taking a lot less traffic.
Okay. I will make that unanimous.
But it's working.
So now, right, Bridge 92, right?
Yes. And that is the one at Clinton Falls.
I think we need to hold off on that
All right.
at this moment. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Well, you said you want to talk more about it. so-
Well, I just.
Right, I know what
No,
you're saying.
I'm good
I
with
bet-
it.
I think the same person or another person called me and was talking about the same thing.
Okay.
And we done did 95, 211. Is that the one out down at Jefferson?
Jefferson Township,
Is
450
that the one
South.
we looked at last summer?
Yes.
The grade's probably still all right, we need to replace the beam.
It's been determined that we would save just a small amount of money using that, reusing the floor on that bridge. It would be, if we're going to go about the trouble of replacing that bridge, you might as well replace everything. 'Cause if we don't,
use that grate somewhere else.
I mean, I'm not sure. They said if we used that grate, we'd have to put more beams in the bridge. Therefore, it's kind of a balance where you're going to save money on one side and spend money on the other. So, I said, the floor is a thinner floor than what they currently use. So we'd be better off just going with a new bridge package on that bridge. We tried to save money on that, but in the end, it really didn't make that big a difference. It's just a matter of a few $1,000s.
Is that another turnkey?
Yes.
The abutments are good?
The abutments are not good. That's
It all
concrete.
has to be tore out and replaced.
Everything, yep. Yep,
That bridge is currently closed.
it is.
All right.
$10.
$10. Yeah, shoot.
So what do you think on this one, Colin?
There's not much traffic on it, but actually, it's a long way around.
People would use it if it was open because it is a long way around. And then we wouldn't have to reopen it and reclose it for the Dust Bowl either.
Go with rate bridge, 313, 525.
One second.
Unanimous.
Which bridge was that one?
211.
Bridge 211.
211.
Get back.
Which one?
211.
What's his name that lives there?
Oh,
Mendenhall.
Mendenhall, yep.
All right, that's all the bridges, right?
That's it, yep, that's it for now.
Then on Bridge 45, on the county line, which you guys we sent bids out to different companies to give us a proposal and stuff like that. I did talk to a park guy in Hendricks County, and they would take the bridge, but they don't know if they pay to have the bridge taken out and removed, but they would take the bridge and store it. So,
Okay.
other than that, that's all I know.
Any ideas of, do we have a ballpark of what it would take to take that bridge out?
I have
Million
no
bucks?
idea.
I sent off to get, we don't have any of those in, theirs due April 2nd. Have talked to, I know Sibilcon wanted to put a Big R truss bridge back in there, but just like on 145, as what was said, if we put a truss bridge back in there, it's going to make it a fracture critical, which then in turn increases our bridge inspection costs, because that bridge will have to be inspected more often. So we did I sent out to 7 different engineering firms to send us a bid and I itemized everything we wanted on it, so we can compare them apples to apples and say, this is what we want, what's the design bid gonna cost, what's this gonna cost, what's your permit's gonna cost, everything. So hopefully we can get an idea that way without putting, if we're gonna replace the bridge, it's kind of stupid to bring it back in with a fracture critical bridge, which is gonna just turn around and increase our costs on bridge inspections. So waiting to get information from the engineering firms on what they suggest.
Said April 2nd.
Yes. Also, we will be getting bids in for community crossings, and DOT called us and said we could resubmit. So those will come in, and we'll need to have a special meeting to look at the bids.
When are those due?
This Friday,
Okay.
So we need to have a special meeting this week.
next week.
What do you guys got open for next week? All that stuff, all forget.
Can it be just administrative and take them under advisement? That's what NDOT told me to do, is to take them under advisement when we open them. No, the community crossing bids. For the ones that don't know, the community crossing, it's going to be a first come, first serve. So whoever can get their bids in first to NDOT, whatever money's left, that's how you'll get awarded.
So we need to do it really quick.
Yes, we do, like Monday if we can.
You guys want to do it Monday morning at the
You
county
betcha.
garage?
All right, what time?
I got a doctor appointment at 11:30 in April.
We'll make it a date.
Okay.
We'll write that down. We'll forget about it.
Don't forget it.
8 a.m. Highway Garage?
Yep.
Yep. What's the date Monday?
The 20th,
20th?
23rd, I like.
Okay, 23rd.
All right, now we're opening these proposals. This is a bid for Jammer Construction.
Which ones are these for?
Those are already on your sheet. We already put tally them on your sheet for you.
Oh, you already got them?
Yeah,
Oh,
these are all on.
this is the one you need to sign. Or you guys sign.
Up on approval.
Right, that's on approval of the council.
Right.
So we just should open these lines road.
That'd be that table over there.
Okay. Food for thought here. Clint?
Yep.
Tell them what you found in the tractor.
Okay. We found a used 2021 Massey Ferguson tractor, 7716, 150 horsepower, front wheel assist. Had 850 hours on it. I looked at it last week. Appears to be a good tractor. Took a few pictures.
This is off an individual?
This is, yeah, an individual has this tractor. Wanted roughly half the price of a new one for that.
What was that?
115.
What is it, 160?
150 horse.
How much cash do we have left? Still have everything?
Let's see, yeah, 35,000
35,000.
after buying the
We just
broom.
got those, sold the tractors after we buy the broom, because what we had is going to cover the broom.
So the cost between a tractor and this is what, 180, 160?
115 and 70,
So 190, just figure 190.
79, 79.3 for the broom. That's with a set of new carbide teeth.
How much?
79.3.
So you figure 200,000.
Yeah, yep,
And we've got 30.
35, yep.
So what's your thoughts on where the other 170 comes from?
Well,
Say pending tomorrow night's meeting, with the other money that we do. I mean, honestly, I believe getting a grinder and having a tractor pull will save us money on blacktopping. So we don't have 12 inches on one side and an inch on the other. You know, you gotta fill in everything if you grind it and lay it out.
Any idea how many hours a year you would use it?
I mean, we could use it for multiple things. We could always pull a mower with it. We could pull a maintainer, drag with it. Of course, the grinder. So that's about the three main jobs that tractor would have. I mean, obviously, it's not something we would use every day of the year, but it's one of those things that when we needed it, it would certainly be a handy item to have.
That tractor there cost $225,000. New county price. Because when I went and cleaned over to John Deere to respec the John Deere tractor, what did it come back,
189,000, yeah. By the time we went through everything and deleted and added.
Because the one they was trying to sell us didn't have the heavy rims on it, you gotta have the heavy rims.
How does that work, Christina? If the commissioners was to approve this, how does that work for the council?
Well, if they don't have money in the budget already in the highway department, you have to make a motion pending council's approval.
Why is this guy getting rid of this?
He trimmed his operation down to basically livestock and hay only, and he didn't feel like he needed, that big or expensive a tractor, so he was going to sell it and get a smaller tractor just for his hay duties.
So there's nothing wrong with...
No, I mean, I went and looked at the tractor and drove it. I mean, seems to be a good tractor. 850 hours, it's definitely not hurt yet. Or not outwardly, anyway.
The tractor, he wants $160,000 what he's asking.
He was pretty firm on that too. And honestly, there's no guarantees he hasn't sold it already. But so this may all be for naught, but
I'm sorry, I'm doing math. Okay, I added up the money for the bridges that we approved today. That's, $1,050,183. That's counting, I added 10,000 to that. Right there. How much money do we have?
Well, we get our, last year we got 900,000 in the bridge wheel tax money, is what we made. Christina can look, but I think we're sitting with about 500 cash in there now.
Is that what we didn't spend last year?
Because we didn't get all the bridge, or some of these done.
So you got 500,000 now. Well,
And then we get it monthly, but then if we got the edit money too, then that would help
right.
offset the cost up front.
And that bridge fund, you really have $744,554.73.
Right, don't I have some, don't I have 200,000 allocated?
This just shows the cash that's in.
Okay, I think I have 200,000 allocated this year. This right here.
Right.
Thank you.
And so the tractor and grinder is
200.
194,300. If,
That same one we demoed.
but it's lighter, right?
yeah, the one we'd be getting is a bigger unit than the one we demoed.
It's 2 foot lighter.
It's a 92-inch working width.
How much were they taking off?
3,500 taken off of for the demo, if we bought it. So, and then that price was added to for a set of the new replacement carbide teeth. I mean, we're going to have them at some point anyway, so I figured, you know, now would be the time to, if we did get it, now would be the time to get that extra teeth.
Thoughts down there?
I don't know. I think we need the grinder, but I'm trying to figure out what's more important, bridges or tractor and grinder. I know both of them.
And blacktop.
And blacktop, you're absolutely right.
Decisions.
Well, I guess we can take it.
No, go for it.
Well, Go for what?
Go for purchasing the tractor.
Okay, then I'll make the motion to purchase the tractor for $115,000 and the grinder for $79,300 for a total of $194,300. Upon council approval of our edit money.
On council approval. There we go.
And if the tractor is still
So it'll go in
available.
April.
Yeah.
And
And
the
if
tractor's
it,
still there.
and
Yeah.
if the tractor's still available.
Yeah, that's the big if.
And if he wants to wait on his money, that's,
People love doing that.
I'll second that.
All right.
Right.
That unanimous.
We'll be at your meeting tomorrow night.
They can't approve it tomorrow, I don't have to go to April.
Right. But they can approve the edit money tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did she just say maybe?
She said it to the wrong person.
So you're the only one I can see at the moment.
They could.
Got anything else, Clint?
I do not. Thank you for your time.
Next up is the March 2nd approval of minutes and the March 10th minutes with the trustees.
I'll make that, can we do both of them at the same time? I'll make that motion to approve both.
Second.
Unanimous. And I don't think we had any mail, right?
I think there's 2 reports.
Oh, the treasurers and the,
Yeah, just the 2 reports.
yeah, and the clerks. You guys will study them, tell you how much money we got in the county.
Study it.
Well, the balance is $41,422,003.43.
Well, it's a hobby that he really enjoys.
And then, this is the clerks. So you guys can look at them. I checked them out earlier. And I'll go ahead and talk about the tornado siren at Russellville, which they're not here. I think Renee Wyatt met with Daniel, and I think they're gonna get the money from the trustee to,
I talked to her on Friday.
did you? What'd she have to say?
Well, we're gonna look through some things. You know, they don't really have an attorney, but she just wants to make sure that she has the ability to use those funds. So I started looking at some Indiana code this weekend to see if that was, and I'm gonna talk with Russellville's town attorney as well.
Okay. All right. You're up on the repairs.
Oh, boy.
All right. Last meeting, I believe we spent about 22,000 for the electronic communication systems. I got another quote, as I told you guys. It was from Commercial Radio Services out of Terre Haute, Chris Doty's. He gave me 2 quotes. One was for the dual red and white beacon. It was quoted at $14,150 to replace, and the other one was just for the white beacon at $12,450. I'm wanting to go with the red and white one, because that brings us up more to FAA compliant.
Is that LED?
Yes, these are all LEDs. I've got all the specifications here for the 2 different lights here as well. Forgot to make copies for you,
What was the dollar amount differences between the quotes you wanted?
sorry. The one I want is $14,150, and that's for the red and white combo. And then just the white only is $12,438.
What was the other quote for red and white?
Just, the other one was
Yeah, from last month.
$22,650.
22,000?
Yeah. Pretty big difference.
Thoughts on why there's such a difference?
I looked at everything
Somebody has
and
different profit margins?
either different profit margins or how much they pay the tower climbers probably.
Doty's power right here. Let me see if there's.
Yeah. Yeah,
Got some.
yeah. Yeah, on the 22,000 one, labor alone was almost $8,000 because they have to climb to the top of the tower to do it. On this one, let's see, labor's $5,500. So
Which one do you recommend?
I would go with the cheaper one because Chris has done work on our tower before. He knows our tower.
ago. He's actually the one who, so what's wrong with it is up on the top, there's the light, the cover, and there's a pressure switch. When it took a lightning hit, it burnt that pressure switch out. So he had to bypass it up there, and then he added a pressure switch down at the bottom, but that still needs to be fixed up top. So, I mean, it is currently working, but if somebody, you'd have to shut it off at the ground before somebody could go up to the top instead of just up there.
Temporarily fixed.
Yes.
Where does that 14,150 come from?
I have not even thought about that yet. I was gonna. Yep. I was gonna look at that.
We've already made an additional?
I thought that was for.
That's for $22,650. We did two of them. We did $22,650.
Oh, okay.
And then you also
Yeah.
did $460.
Yeah.
He's ahead of the game. You got that.
Yeah.
So we'll just
I did it.
try to-
I remember that now. I totally forgot. Sorry. Busy couple of weeks.
I'll make the motion to go with the 14,150 for the red and white light.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Awesome. Pending.
Yes. Council approved.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
And that's it for me.
Thank you. Does anybody out in the crowd have anything they want to say or yell at us for or anything? Everybody was pretty quiet. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I will make that one.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't do that yet.
I will rescind that.
After our trustee meeting, I've had different trustees contact me. And they would like for us to have another meeting.
Okay. How do you want to handle that? Just trustees or?
That's how I'd like to handle it. Can we do, Jim, can we do, have a meeting like that in the executive session with just the trustees?
Special session, not an
Or a
executive.
special session?
But
How-
well, I mean, no, I mean, it's an open meeting, so.
So anybody can, so we gotta have one. All right, so that answered your question, Rick.
The reason I ask is we're not making any decisions at this meeting.
That's what I'm saying, I don't think it has to be, if it's just an informal.
I just don't know if some trustees want to talk in John Q. Public yet, if that makes sense.
It does, but if you're gonna have an
Because they have
executive,
lots of questions.
if you have an executive session, it has to, we have to figure out what for.
If we can't, that's fine.
I'm not saying you can't, I'm saying there has to be a reason for it, and there's a specific list, so I'm maybe talk to you guys to figure out what the reasons are.
merger. We're gonna merge.
When do you want to have this, Andrew?
Well, that's what I'm asking you guys. When you guys want to do it, so I can get back on the phone and let them know they'd like to have one next month.
Next month?
That's better.
All right.
Not till the end of the year.
So, yeah, not till the end of the year.
But some of them have been doing their math.
It's that. All right. When is an evening meeting, right?
Yeah.
So the week of April 6th, April 13th? When's your plan commission meeting, April 16th? Or April 9th?
It'll be the 9th.
Okay.
April 9th is the district meeting.
We have district meeting.
April 9th is? Okay.
And thank you, our commissioners.
Yeah. Supposed to be within that morning.
What about the 16th and the 14th?
It's fine. Probably not the 14th.
16th?
15th.
15th or 16th. I don't know why I got the 15th highlighted for some reason.
Tax day, man.
That is.
It's
I
going to.
guarantee you it would have nothing to do
It's
with
time
that.
to pay the government.
So you guys want to do it? 15th at 6?
We got it. Anything in the room?
I will be in contact with all our trustees.
I will check into the type meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
15th at 6.
I mean, if it has to be bucket or whatever, that's fine with me. I don't-
The room is available.
Okay, thanks. Now, Rick,
Yes, sir.
if nobody else has anything to say.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
So our insurance company is Epic, and the name of it is John Harmony. John Harmony is his name. He's like our guy. Was that?
I cheated.
Yes.
No problem. The ones I needed is dead.
6 o'clock. He'll be right back here.
Yeah.
I guess we can throw these away, right? These are, the tree service good.
We don't need those.
He's pretty adamant outside that